Now, Patrick.
Yes, Michael. Hi.
How you doing again today?
Good. This is our second time about landing for the Chemtrails on the H.A.A.R.P.
True. And we had met before in Belgium, in Ghent.
That's right.
There was a chemtrail symposium there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had interest in you based solely off of your question that you had presented to the group of people that were there.
Mm-hmm.
And your the way you had came about your question to show that you had knowledge on a certain topic, which up until that day, I knew that chemtrails and H.A.A.R.P were kind of hand in hand, but you kind of explained it and kind of hit it on the key note of saying that when people stand up about chemtrails, they should also stand up about H.A.A.R.P. Because it's kind of going one into the other.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have one without the other, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So for our listeners, I would like to know, first of all, what exactly you would say from your experience chemtrails are.
What the chemtrails are?
Mm-hmm. A basic definition, or maybe
I
in a
don't
way.
want to go too much in details because everyone can read it in the internet, and I think that the information given on the internet is already appropriate.
Okay.
Though there are some groups who really want to put some chemtrails like nothing, but most of the people know that chemtrails is deadly spraying. It's a deadly spraying. Now it's about toxic spraying. Virologic spraying. It's also about, let's say, a way of eliminating people and giving sickness. Because every chemtrail that we know and that we have studied, and we is the Balfour Group Belgium, with also now recently a chapter in the Philippines, we have seen that the chemtrails is really a deadly ray, a deadly spraying over the earth. Yeah.
Now, how are these chemtrails getting into the sky? Are they military jets, or are they commercial airlines, or?
Well, what we know already is that military jets are sowieso on the line, because in one of the YouTubes you can see that even the army of Germany has said that indeed they were using chemtrails, and it was being taken also in different shots, in different videos, where you can see that the chemtrails are really done on a toxic way, you see. So if it is military, for sure, maybe also for a low budget, that I do not know. I have not yet this kind of experience or seen the answer yet, but military, yes,
Okay.
for sure.
Now we're currently sitting in Germany, in Frankfurt, Germany now, and I do see on occasions these lines in the sky here in Germany, so we do know that it's happening here. Could you give us some other countries that chemtrails have been seen in the sky?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think on my own country, Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg, Spain, Italy, it's all over Europe.
Okay.
You see, recently I went to the Philippines, and it was very amazing to see that on my flight from Brussels to Amsterdam, we had a lot of turbulence, and when I was looking outside, I saw really the trails, you know, above and aside, you see, and I had the feeling that the people from KLM, the pilots of KLM, were evading these kind of trails to go on it. Because when they were telling, that was that there was a plane before us who had some trails, and they could not go in the same line, our plane. So what they did was really, we tried to avoid these trails, you know. And we could really feel inside the plane there was really a kind of turbulence, and everyone was shaking and shaking, which is not normal. I mean, look, on the road from Brussels to Amsterdam, which is only, let's say, maybe 30-35 minutes, we had so much turbulence and so much problems. I remember the moment when we came in Amsterdam, you know, it was just like a kind of, that the plane was going on a side and then suddenly it needed to go back to like this. So we were thinking what's going on, but when I saw outside and I could feel and the smell and I could even sense that there was something aside of us, I was thinking, God, what is this? Then I could see those were chemtrails. Now, the chemtrails, when I continue my trip from Amsterdam to, let's say, to Manila, okay, the moment when we came to desert places where there were mountains, like the Hami mountain, then there was no more chemtrails because there are no people living. But the moment when I saw when there was a population living under, there were chemtrails.
Okay.
So...
Now, Patrick, could you explain to us some of the substances that have been found, or some of the substances that are known to have been found in some of these chemtrails that independent companies or facilities have done tests on and have concluded to knowing that these have fell out of the sky from the chemtrails and have been picked up in tests? Could you name some of the substances?
Well, the first thing is for sure the barium. Yeah, barium, lithium, titanium, strontium, but also other heavy metals, very much kids. Also, one of the last things that we found out in our group, which is the Raven one, first, and then the Belfort group, Belgium, was also the HIV. You see. So the main thing is, what are they spraying in the air? What are they spraying in the air, and what is the purpose? I mean, if someone is spraying HIV, now we know that AIDS is not given by an air, it needs to be really in contact. But would it be that, and that is another question that I like to know, and to study and to answer later on, is could it be that from a kind of gas can be a liquid, and from a liquid can be a penetration into the body through the skin, like the morgellons works, you see? So that people have AIDS? I don't know. Anyway, the thing that we found out is it is very toxic, for sure. It is very toxic, and in toxic ways. I mean, you don't spray just for the fun, okay? There need to be somewhere a purpose, okay? And what can be, that's only the eradication of the people, so eliminating them, alright? So we have already seen so many things in books, but this is no longer a fairy tale, this is really a real fact. Especially in Belgium, we see it almost every day, chemtrails, and at night. You see, sometimes I can count 80, 85, even 100 trails in, you know, in 15 minutes. So then my question is, what is going on? Why, Lord?
People are saying that there are three, you would say, major conclusions that most people have came up to behind the reasons they believe this is happening. One of them you had mentioned already, which was the depopulation, and for us humans to become sick and need more of the pharmaceutical companies, and they themselves get rich. Another one that we have been hearing about was about a project called the Blue Beam or Blue Ray, where they may be wanting to push holographic images in the sky, thus the large amount of barium and aluminum that is pushed out into the sky, which are very good conductors for some type of holographic image
Yes.
in the sky. Have you heard anything about this, you would say, plan?
No, but I know that it exists. But I myself don't do any study on it. I like to answer questions that I can answer by word of honor and truth, you see. I know that the spraying in the air need to have a kind of purpose. And about the holograms and everything on air, well, I think technology is not to stop, yeah. But why do they use this kind? What does they want to give to the people? Because hologram is you know, there is nothing inside, you see. But why? I mean, what is the feeling what they want to give to the people? I mean, you can put an hologram of a policeman, I mean, looking like a policeman, but it is a ghost.
Well, the speculation for this would be more based off of having a common enemy that we would all have to fight or face, that would bring us all together.
Yeah.
And help out in their plan of having this globalization and everybody coming together to forget about all borders and fight a common enemy, which will be, you would say, a threat from an outside force projected through these holograms.
Yeah, but this sounds really more like a kind of subliminals. Right?
Say again?
Subliminal.